Former heads of state, business leaders, friends and family have converged on the Sandton Convention Centre. They're there to celebrate former President Thabo Mbeki's 80th birthday. ENCA senior reporter Sipa Mandla Goge is live with us at the moment. Sipa, I know we're expecting the arrival of former President Thabo Mbeki imminently. Can you tell us what's been happening in the last hour since we spoke to you?
More dignitaries have arrived. I guess now we are just waiting for the arrival of former President Thabo Mbeki. 2 minutes ago, former President Kgalema Motlanthe walked in. He's in a holding room behind me. That signals the fact that former President Thabo Mbeki's arrival is imminent. And I guess they will walk together inside the venue where the birthday celebrations will be taking place. Inside is quite a number of people. Others are still outside. My colleague Joe Komane will show you more and more dignitaries arriving there, registering, getting their drinks, and then going inside. And they include politicians, business people, entertainers, artists, and just, writers, and many people from different sectors of the society that are here. And I guess that's just a sign that we are celebrating the life and the times. And I think that is the Northwest Premier over there. That is Bushi Mahabe, who's being walked inside. The Northwest Premier, Bushi Mahabe, has just arrived. And there are other politicians from other provinces as well. So it's quite a number of people that are here, even though, according to those who are close to the former president, they say he has been very strict in saying he doesn't want a big party, a big celebration. He said there is no need for that, but he was convinced otherwise to say this is a milestone. You are celebrating 8 years, you should celebrate this. So he has reluctantly agreed to this party here. So we expect him to arrive. According to the official program, the birthday celebrations are set to get underway, or were set to get underway at 7 o'clock, so it's 7:05 now. Most of the people who have been invited are already inside. I think the former president should be coming out this way any minute now. As soon as he arrives, we will try and bring those visuals of his arrival live. But yeah, that's pretty much it here. He has said that he does not need too many speeches. All those who are on the program, they've been allocated 5 minutes each. And it's a very short and brief program in terms of speakers. I think there are about 5 or so, and the former president will speak afterwards. But all those who are in the program are people who are associated somehow with the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, and they include Minister Thoko Didiza. I think that's Minister Thoko Didiza, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, she is with the Thabo Mbeki Foundation. We will see if that's her. If it is indeed Minister Thoko Didiza, we'll try and just get a comment from her about this as someone who's with the Thabo Mbeki Foundation. There is also former Minister of Public Administration, Geraldine Fraser-Moleketi, whom we expect that will speak here and address. Those are the people who are on the program. Minister Thoko Didiza is definitely on the program as from the Thabo Mbeki Foundation. Sawubona ma, from the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, a milestone for your Patreon, very important day, 8 years. Yeah. Talk to us about that. And I understand that you've tried, or some people tried, to persuade him for a bigger party and celebration. He said, no, it should be just very small thing.
Well, I'm not sure about that, in whether a person whose party it is ever get, asked how many people you want. I think it is the organizers who would bring those people into a party. But I must say that it's an exciting moment. And also as a foundation, we appreciate the work that after leaving office he has been able to do, very close to his heart, issues of, development of leaders, as well as issues of peace mission and interventions where they're necessary in, addressing issues of conflict resolution.
The African agenda was one of the things. This is not about politics and speeches, but the African agenda is something that was very close to his heart, and he has continued with that work in the African continent, and as I see more and more people arriving here.
Yes, he continued even today to actually persuade that African agenda as we speak in the work that he has been doing under the umbrella of the foundation and under the Thabo Mbeki Africa Leadership Institute.
Thank you very much for time. We'll catch up with you later on. I heard them practicing. There's some nice music with African theme. I hope you are ready to just
I hope everybody is.
Minister Didiza, who's from the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, speaking to us. She's one of the people who's on the program, as we have just spotted the city of Johannesburg Mayor Mpho Phalatse arriving. I think there is the Premier of the Gauteng province, David Makura. I see the entourage of Amazulu King, Misuzulu Kazwelithini. That signals the fact that Amazulu King will be joining this, the Premier. Babu Makura, sawubona baba ninjani? A very important day for former President Thabo Mbeki, 8 years, just reflections. It's not about political speeches, but wish him a happy birthday.
Yes, today is quite an important day, the birthday of President Thabo Mbeki. We wish him happy birthday. Of course, the continent and the world and the country continues to value his contributions, particularly in thought leadership, in many, many respects. So we appreciate and honor his presence. That's why we're here.
Thank you very much for time. We see Amazulu King, Misuzulu Kazwelithini, arriving here. He's one of the dignitaries. Bayede, iyaphila inkosi. Asivukile Bayede. Usuku olukhulu kuzizi namhlanje Bayede.
Kakhulu cha ngithokoze kakhulu nami ukuba umongameli athole ithuba lokuba angimeme kulomcimbi wakhe wokujabulela impilo nokujabulela usuku lwakhe lokuzalwa ukuthi ngibe khona kanye naye. Ngithe kube intokozo enkulu ukuthi ngibe khona nokuthi ngizombambisa futhi ngizomsupport.
Siyathokoza sihle. Amazulu King, the Misuzulu Kazwelithini, arriving, and also he says he feels honored to have been invited by former president to celebrate with him this milestone of 8 years. So these dignitaries have arrived here. I think the former president is on his way. We'll go back there, and I think that's the entrance he will be using. But for now, that's it. I think we are a few minutes away from getting underway with this birthday celebration that former President Thabo Mbeki has said shouldn't be about speeches today, mainly about celebrating. He has said the speeches shouldn't be too long. But of course, former President Thabo Mbeki is a politician. In terms of him being a politician, there are some political issues. And in terms of his history, this is the former head of state in South Africa from 1999, if I'm not mistaken, to 2008. He was in power, and a lot has happened. His legacy will be a subject of history, but obviously there are some issues, even at the time when he was in power, he was one of the luckiest presidents around the world, whereby he was running the country when the global economy was relatively stable. However, in 2008, there was the collapse of the global economy. Under his administration or during his tenure, we saw him being one of those presidents across the globe that was able at least to register, or their countries registering, some economic growth. However, critics will be quick to say economic growth did not translate into dealing with socio-economic challenges like poverty, unemployment, inequality. He was criticized for his administration's handling of the AIDS crisis in South Africa, and also the issue of quiet diplomacy in Zimbabwe when he was busy mediating in that country during the tenure of former president, the late Gabriel Robert Mugabe. But he was one of those people who was credited for pushing the African agenda, ensuring that Africa speaks with one voice. His contributions are known when it comes to the rebranding of the OAU, Organization of African Unity, to the current modern African Union, and also how he prioritized issues of NEPAD, peer review mechanisms. Those are all the things that he's accredited with. And some critics are saying after his departure, South Africa in a way dropped the ball in terms of the influence in regional, continental and global politics. But today, It's not about that. It's mainly about celebrating this milestone. And tomorrow there should be an event where there will be a dialogue between some sectors of the society and the former president himself. And I think former President Kgalema Motlanthe will be walking out of that room to welcome the former president, but we should get underway any minute from now.
Thank you so much, Siphamandla Goge, bringing us the latest from the Sandton Convention Centre, where former President Thabo Mbeki's 80th birthday is being celebrated. And of course, we will bring you that event live.